The highest point in Arkansas sounds like it should have huge views and a dramatic summit, but Mount Magazine is nothing like that. So I came out here to hike to the very top and see what the highest point in Arkansas is actually like. Mount Magazine sits at 2,753 feet. That makes it the highest point in the state of Arkansas. But unlike what you might expect, this isn't a sharp peak, it's actually a massive plateau that stretches for miles. Which means the summit here is a little different. To get here, you'll head into Mount Magazine State Park in northwest Arkansas, and once you're inside the park, everything is really easy to access. One thing that makes this high point stand out is how developed the area is. Right near the trailhead, there's actually a large lodge with 60 guest rooms where you can stay overnight. So instead of just hiking to the high point and leaving, this is one of those places where you could actually spend a full day, or even a full weekend, exploring everything around the mountain. From there, it's just a short walk over to the Signal Hill Trail, which leads to the true highest point. The hike to the top is short, about a mile round trip, and pretty easy overall. There's a little bit of elevation change, but nothing too crazy, so physically this is definitely one of the more accessible state high points. And honestly, if you're expecting a big summit push or anything challenging, this isn't really that kind of hike. But it still feels good knowing that at the end of this trail, you're standing at the highest point in Arkansas. And just like that, this is it, the highest point in Arkansas. No big overlook, no wide open views, just a marked spot here in the woods. And yeah, it's a little underwhelming at first, but this is actually pretty common with state high points. A lot of them aren't about the views, they're about reaching the highest natural point in the state. But here's the thing, the best part of Mount Magazine isn't the high point, it's everything else around it. Because even though the summit is tucked away in the trees, the edges of the mountain drop off into these huge cliffs with some really incredible views. And this is where Mount Magazine actually stands out. You've got overlooks, hiking trails, and just wide open views of the Arkansas River Valley that you don't get at the summit itself. So if you come all the way out here and only hike to the high point, you're kind of missing the best part. If you're planning a trip out here, don't make the same mistake as me and come at the end of winter. Fall is probably the best time to visit. The elevation helps bring out some really solid fall colors, and this whole area can look completely different. Spring is also a great option with cooler temperatures and everything turning green again. Summer can be pretty hot and humid, so just keep that in mind if you're going to come out here to hike. And one of the biggest tips, don't just go to the high point and leave. Make sure to spend some time at the overlooks because that's where this place really shines. Mount Magazine might not have the most dramatic summit, but it's still the highest point in Arkansas, and definitely one of the more unique ones to visit. And honestly, with everything else around it, this is one of the few high points that actually feels like a full destination.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out more of my hiking and outdoor adventures right here on the channel. If you want to see my newest content, make sure to hit subscribe so you'll get notified. Thanks for watching.